Let the success of today's event be to your glory and honor. Bless our homeland Ghana. Bless the University of Ghana. Bless the sponsors of this event. And bless all of us who are here this morning. We ask this and so much more in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Thank you very much. As he takes a seat, please let's appreciate him one more time. Thank you very much, Father Beku Apri. As I mentioned earlier in my introductory remarks, the partnership between the University of Ghana and the University College of London is being implemented here at the University of Ghana by the Department of Computer Science. And this department is located in the College of Basic and Applied Sciences. It's only right that at this moment we listen to the provost as he delivers the welcome address to welcome all of us formally. So ladies and gentlemen, Professor Sando Makidana will address us now.
All right, good morning. All right, Madam Vice Chancellor and Chairperson for today's event, Provost, College of Humanities and other provosts present, deans, directors, heads of department, our colleagues from the United Kingdom, our colleagues from far and wide, our colleagues participating from the ministries and government agencies, our friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol duly respected and observed. You are welcome to the College of Basic and Applied Sciences, where we strive for innovation and we strive to change lives through cutting-edge research in the natural sciences. First of all, I want to express gratitude to the team led by Prof. Wiafi and Professor Jamaldeen Abdullahi, and then they both innovative applications to support people living with speech impairment. This, Madam Chair, is a practical demonstration of how cutting-edge research addresses critical societal needs. Indeed, CBAS has made strides in many directions, in many disciplines in this direction, ranging from biomedical engineering sciences, infectious pathogens, agriculture, mining, and a host of others that fall under the disciplines within the College of Basic and Applied Sciences. We will continue to demonstrate excellence in what we have been established to do, both in teaching, in research, and extension. Today's event also demonstrates the unlimited possibilities associated with effective engagement and partnership with relevant stakeholders. It is consistent with our long-cherished ideals of nurturing and sustaining partnerships that work towards the advancement of science for the good of society. For the past 75 years, our constituents have demonstrated this commitment to improving the well-being of society through pioneering research and capacity building endeavors. Through these, we have made many strides, both at the local and global scenes. Unfortunately, Madam Chair, our recent engagement with some stakeholders within countries suggests that we have not been as good at marketing our innovations as we have been good at innovating. And that is a lapse that we have to deal with. This means that we have to carry out more advocacy and engage more with the media and our state and non-state stakeholders to market what we have been doing over the years. It is for this reason that I have directed a public affairs officer at CBAS to develop a comprehensive media engagement strategy for CBAS and all CBAS stakeholders to showcase our innovations such as what has happened to lead to this particular event today, our innovations and creativity to the larger publics. In addition to providing the much-needed education and showcasing the outcomes of relevant research carried out over the years, such engagements have the added immense advantage of courting more stakeholders to partner with us in our research endeavors. These are conduits and these are avenues for resource mobilization to carry out even more cutting-edge research in our various fields. Now, the hackathon today marks the next exciting phase of the Tɛkyerɛma project led by the Human-Computer Interaction Lab at the Department of Computer Science, and it is funded by the Google Ghana and the Center for Digital Language Inclusion. It is a platform to inspire, prototype, and accelerate practical solutions that build on research and advocacy. Hackathons, Madam Chair, are essential avenues for marketing the talents of our students and our cherished staff. They serve the same purpose of advocacy as the formal engagement I mentioned earlier. This particular project seeks to demonstrate how AI provides real-world solutions to inclusive communication and speech accessibility in Ghanaian languages. I am aware that this has been a competitive contest involving participants from all over the country, institutions all over the country. The finalists comprise 5 outstanding teams, and I dare say that at this stage, every one of them is a winner. And it doesn't matter your position at the end of today's event, you have achieved a very great deal for yourself and for your career. You have to be very proud of yourself. Whilst I acknowledge the very fact that at the end of the day, there will be a winner, and there will be some people who may get disappointed. Don't get disappointed, because you have already striving and getting to this stage means you have already achieved quite a lot. So on this note, I want to once again thank the team for putting this together, and I wish you the very best of the event. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Provost of the College of Basic and Applied Sciences, Professor Sando Makidana. I hope that fall was a good sign. So as the program continues, thank you, Provost, for welcoming us. Thank you for setting the stage for today's program. Thank you for the call for us to work at dealing with our innovation gaps, which is very important, and the reason for which this program is being organized today. I would like to introduce some members of management and members of the university community who are here. As the program proceeds, I'll introduce our other guests. We also have with us the Provost for the College of Humanities, Professor Joseph Yaro, who is here with us. Prof, can we see you so that we can acknowledge you? We have with us the Registrar of the University of Ghana, Mrs. Emilie J. Mensah, who is also seated here at the front. While I try to get the names of our partners, I would like to acknowledge the presence of the team from the Global Disability Hub from the University College of London. Please give us a wave so we can acknowledge you appropriately. And if we have a team from Google as well, please can we see you? Thank you very much for your partnership. We want you to know that as a university, we really, really appreciate partnerships, and we thank you for joining us to do this. Next, we would like to meet our chairperson, and I would like to invite the Director of Public Affairs, my boss, who will be introducing to us our chairperson for this morning's occasion. Please, I'm not hearing the claps. Let's encourage her
see a number of deans and directors. I'll see our judges are ready and are poised to make the big decisions. The head of Department of Computer Science and the Dean of the School of Physical and Mathematical Sciences, as well as other faculty and staff and our cherished students. Good morning to you all. And indeed, it is with much excitement that I accept to chair this very important occasion. We are expecting the Honorable Minister for Communications, Digital Technology and Innovations. Word is that he is on his way and is going to join us very soon. But today we are all gathered here with excitement and with pride to celebrate innovation, inclusivity, and empowerment at the Tɛkyerɛma Hackathon, which was officially launched at the Google office in Accra on May 26, 2025. Over the past few months, we have witnessed teams of brilliant young men and women transforming their visionary ideas into practical AI-driven solutions. These teams utilize the UG Akan impaired speech data set and models to develop tools and technologies specifically to assist individuals with speech impairment. This hackathon directly promotes the realization of our commitment to a culture of a transformative student experience where learners are appreciated as active co-creators and innovators in a dynamic educational journey. The Tɛkyerɛma Hackathon demonstrates how artificial intelligence can be used to address pressing social issues. As a university committed to transforming lives and societies through unparalleled research, innovation, and result-driven discoveries, this initiative addresses the challenges faced by individuals with communication impairments, including societal stigma, inadequate access to assistive technologies, and insufficient speech therapy resources. This project represents a step forward in bridging communication gaps, empowering marginalized groups, and ensuring that every individual in Ghana is given a voice. This contributes to strengthening fundamental human rights and building an inclusive society for all persons. Ladies and gentlemen, the University of Ghana, a reputable center of excellence in higher education, has been at the forefront of providing tangible solutions to national and global issues through impactful research and innovation. Reflecting this institutional commitment, researchers at the Human-Computer Interaction Lab at the Department of Computer Science have consistently translated academic inquiries into meaningful socio-economic impacts. Guided by the principle of design for change and inclusion, these dedicated researchers develop contextualized and user-centered technology to address real-world challenges. Today, we witness one of the significant initiatives contributing to this vision. Ladies and gentlemen, permit me to highlight a few notable projects from the HCI Research Lab. One achievement of the lab is the UG Keyboard Suite, an innovative collection of digital keyboards developed to support 6 widely spoken Ghanaian languages: Akan, Ewe, Dagbani, Dagari, Ga, and Iposu. Personally, as a linguist, this is something that I am exceptionally proud of. Previously, the absence of standardized and accessible keyboards significantly impeded advancements in natural language processing and computational linguistic research in Ghana. Without efficient methods for inputting language-specific characters and diacritics, researchers and native and other speakers face substantial barriers in digitizing text, training language models, and creating locally relevant digital content. This limitation marginalizes local languages in digital communication. The UG keyboard suite addresses this gap by providing fully compatible keyboards for desktops and laptops, facilitating seamless data entry and corpus development, and enabling linguists, educators, and content creators to engage fully in digital environments using their mother tongues. So no more use of, a 3 for air or anything like that. These keyboards are globally accessible and have been improved by the Keyman open source repository. The lab has also made progress in speech technology research through the UG Speech Data Project. Supported by Google Ghana, the University of Ghana has successfully collected over 5,000 hours of transcribed audio data in 5 Ghanaian languages, the languages I mentioned earlier. This extensive corpus serves as a critical foundation for developing automatic speech recognition systems. This data set is a key resource for developing voice assistance, transcription tools, and accessible applications in Ghanaian languages. The impact of this data set extends beyond the scope of linguistic research. It also benefits sectors such as education, healthcare, governance, and commerce by enabling more inclusive access to digital services. It further supports various academic, commercial, and policy-driven initiatives, including the 1 Million Coders program, by providing digital equity and linguistic representation across Ghana and also West Africa. An example of a broader application is the Obapenyin project, a culturally sensitive maternal health chatbot, developed in Akan. Ladies and gentlemen, it's important that I elaborate on these because sometimes the public is not aware of the amazing things that we do here. So researchers at our HCI lab are currently developing Obapenyin, a conversational AI tool that will enable mobile phones to provide prenatal and postnatal healthcare information in the Akan language to support women. This project is funded by Google Ghana and the University of Ghana's Banga initiative. Additionally, the lab is pioneering efforts to preserve linguistic integrity and promote respectful digital communications. They are in the final stages of developing and testing automatic vulgarity and hate speech detection models for Ghanaian languages. These models will help safeguard online and voice-enabled platforms such as YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram to ensure that our digital spaces remain safe, inclusive, and culturally sensitive. This lab also has in its portfolio the development of an automatic spelling checker and comprehensive digital dictionaries for Ghanaian languages. These tools aim to standardize orthography, enhance accurate written communication, and serve as essential resources for students, educators, linguists, and software developers. By addressing the long-standing gaps in Ghana's digital linguistic infrastructure, these innovations are improving usability and accessibility of Ghanaian languages in academic, formal, and technological settings. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, dear students, none of these achievements would have been possible without the devoted support of our partners and benefactors. I wish, therefore, to acknowledge the critical financial and technical contributions of the Global Disability Innovation GDI Hub and the CDLI of University College London, AT 2030, UK Aid, and Google Ghana. Can we give them a round of applause? AT 2030 support for this hackathon, Google Ghana's generous research grant, which has significantly enabled us to support talented students in our department, and our ongoing collaborations with the GDI Hub and CDLI have been pivotal. Notably, the CDLI is currently funding and collaborating with the lab to collect standard and impaired speech data in Ga and additional impaired speech data in Dagari, Ewe, and Dabani. This collaboration is expected to facilitate the development of specialized automatic speech recognition models for impaired speech in these languages in the future. These partnerships align with the university's 4 strategic priority on engagement and partnerships and exemplify how academia, government, industry, and international initiatives can work together to drive innovation for social good. Indeed, through UK Aid's AT 2030 program, led by the GDI Hub and matched by Google's support, the Center for Digital Language Inclusion has been established. This is a landmark effort to develop open source data and speech models that benefit millions of individuals with communication impairment across Africa. We are excited that our university is actively formalizing a partnership with GDI Hub. As we celebrate the creativity and dedication of our finalists today, let us carry forward the spirit of this hackathon. I encourage everyone here, stakeholders from government, industry, academia, and our innovative young minds to continue supporting and collaborating with us. I wish our participants the very best, our finalists the very best of luck. Together, we can ensure that the transformative ideas generated here will continue to grow and benefit our communities and ensure that everyone, regardless of ability, education, or ethnicity, can communicate effectively and participate fully in society. So I am certain that once you have gotten to the finals, even if you don't win, you'll have ideas that would be of use to us as a community and as a nation. Thank you very much, and let us enjoy the program.
Thank you very much, Madam Vice Chancellor. Another round of applause for her as she takes her seat. Thank you very much for agreeing to chair. And we know that this is one of the projects that's very dear to your hearts because of our strategic priorities, because it aligns with our strategic priorities. Thank you so much. I'm sure that for many of us who have not been part of this process, we are wondering, what is this hackathon all about? What are we here to do? And so our next speaker is going to give us an overview of the project. So ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome Professor Isaac Wiafe, the principal investigator on this project, as he gives us some more information. Please, let's keep the applause going so we can encourage him to continue in the good work.
The Chairperson, Professor Nana Aba Apia Amfo, Provost of CBAS, and then Provost of College of Humanities, Deans, Heads of Departments, colleague lecturers, judges, invited guests, good morning to everyone. It is with immense pleasure and gratitude that I welcome you all to the finals of the Tɛkyerɛma 2025 Hackathon. In the Akan language, Tɛkyerɛma means good tongue, and it symbolizes the essence of human communication. However, in Ghana, the tongue is more than just a physical organ. It carries truth, identity, and voice. Therefore, this hackathon demonstrates our belief that every voice, no matter how it sounds or struggles, deserves to be heard, valued, and understood. Prof. Chair, after the successful completion of the UG Speech Data Project funded by Google, we realized one big defect with the data that we collected. That is, we realized the absence of impaired speech in our corpus. And when we recognized this gap, we solicited from funds from Google again, which provided a seed grant, and we got support from CDLI at the University College London, and some persons like Catherine, Tumenak, and Richard, who helped us in piloting the first page of the project. Today, as we speak, we have successfully collected over 50 hours of impaired speech in Akan, and that is what our participants are going to use in developing this app. I would also want to mention that whatever happened was in conjunction with Talking Tate, led by Gifty Ayuka. This hackathon was conceptualized to take the next logical step from collecting data and model development of automatic speech recognitions to build an inclusive tool and application for daily use in our communities. Accordingly, the main purpose of this hackathon is to create accessible speech technologies that leverage our automatic speech recognition models in Akan to empower individuals with speech impairment to communicate in their own languages. Yes, we are aware that this is a vision that is very ambitious, yet we know that it is grounded in purpose and fueled by our commitment. After a few weeks of the call to participate, we received over 48 teams representing 28 universities across the country. We also received applications from teams in Kenya. Specifically, we had one Kenyan university contesting in this. From Ghana, we have participants from University of Ghana, the KNUST, that's the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, University of Cape Coast, Whole Technical University, Pentecost University, amongst others. The teams were diverse, and each team includes at least one speech impaired person and a female. Prof. Chair, following a 3-phase process, including a 10-session online boot camp, multiple evaluations, and ideation sprints with expert mentors, we narrowed the pool from 48 to 26 teams, then to 16, and ultimately to these 5 teams that we find here. With your permission, Prof, allow me to announce the teams, and please, if you can stand up for people to see you. So we have Team Kasaye from KNUST. Team Kasaye. We have Whisper Wave, which is a multidisciplinary industrial featuring people from Dobison, Petra, Horisoft, and Nascotech. Team Whisper Wave. We have Team Casanoma from the University of Environmental and Sustainable Development. We have Team Yada from the University of Energy and Natural Resource in Sunyani. We have Team Twilight from the University of Ghana. Of course. And let me emphasize that the University of Ghana team is not represented by the HCI lab. In fact, if we contest, we will win, we are sure. So to be fair, we did not contest. Each of these teams have developed creative human-centered solutions ranging from speech aids to intelligent transcription interfaces and other ASR modelings. Throughout this journey, we have been blessed with incredible support and an unwavering commitment Then we have Dr. Timashu. Please, if I'm not able to mention your name, forgive me. Timashu Baktana. I only call him TV. And then Pata Nagara in accessibility. And we have people, Dr. Richard Cave, Miss Gifty Ayoka, all representing speech therapist perspective. Please, can we give them a round of applause? From a business perspective, we have Dr. Nana Asini, Bahud Prasad, Samia Rawal, and Donya Dave. Please, can we give them a round of applause? So these mentors have supported us from the beginning of this hackathon, and they are all here with us. Prof. Chair, this hackathon is not the end, but it's rather the beginning of what comes next. With support from Project Iphonia, they are giving the top 3 prizes of $2,500, $1,500, and then $1,000 respectively. And again, I would want to mention that we did not change this because of the appreciation of the CD. That is what we have mentioned from the beginning, because they preferred it to be in dollars. Then we have the 3rd and 4th positions receiving 5,000 Ghana cedis each, and this is funded by the DCS ACI Lab. Beyond financial prizes, we are also proud to announce that UNICEF Ghana, and I think their rep is here, Mohammed, is ready to provide us support to all the teams and to help them deliver their solutions into open source digital public goods. They are ready to make their labs and innovation hubs available to their teams after this project. Furthermore, Strive and Shine, an NGO that is dedicated to supporting students in need, have also promised to provide at least 2 students with financial support and on accommodation and academics. Can we please give these groups a round of applause? Prof, as we look into the future, we are currently finalizing an MOU, like you mentioned, with the CDLI, and we believe that this collaboration will go a long way in ensuring that AI is inclusive. To this, I am extending an open invitation to all universities in Ghana and outside Ghana, tech hubs, donor agencies, and development partners across Africa and beyond to join us. I see my colleague, Professor Stephen Moore from UCC, who is also doing immersive work within the AI space for natural language processing in Ghana. Please, can we acknowledge him? So I'm hoping that after this, we will be coming together to come up with more solutions that is tailored specifically for the needs of Ghanaians and those who are largely marginalized. Thank you all, and may the good tank of inclusive technology continue to speak through all of us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's appreciate Professor Wiafi one more time. Maybe the claps will encourage him to dream more together with his team. Thank you so much. And we really appreciate all our partners. As I keep saying, without you, this and the many more things that the University of Ghana does would not have been possible. Thank you so much for your immense support, and especially for supporting young people, knowing that they have something to offer our world today. We are really, really grateful. As I indicated earlier on, this project is housed in the Department of Computer Science, and we cannot leave here without hearing from the department. So I'd like to invite Professor Ebenezer Owusu, who is the head of the Department of Computer Science, to address us now. Let's encourage him as he comes one more time.
Thank you very much. The Vice Chancellor, Provosts, Deans and Directors, our partners from University College London, distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, friends from the media, brilliant students, and innovators from near and far. Good morning. It's an honor to stand before many coders, researchers, and linguists in one room. But truly, what a remarkable occasion we are gathered here for. The Tɛkyerɛma Hackathon 2025 is a groundbreaking celebration of technology and innovation. This event isn't just about code. It's about communication. It's about community. And above all, it's about giving every voice, whether whispered, silent, or sung in the local dialect, a chance to be heard. Led by the Department of Computer Science through the PI, Professor Isaac Wiafe, who is the head of our Human Computer Interaction Lab, this hackathon represents a fusion of local ingenuity and international collaboration. The partnership with University College London and the AT 2030 program, funded by the UK aid, speaks volume about the strength of Department of Computer Science in University of Ghana. As head of Department of Computer Science here at the University of Ghana, I can say that this hackathon is only the tip of innovation iceberg. Once upon a time, our department was like a small startup. Today, we have grown into a thriving tech powerhouse with over 4,000 undergraduate students and about 250 postgraduates. And we are not stopping there. With new graduate programs like data science and IT for business, adding up to our existing computer science program, and others in the pipeline, like HCI, AI and machine learning, and cybersecurity. We are preparing the next generation of tech leaders to solve Ghana's challenges with Ghanaian solutions. Our faculty are not just scholars. We are nation builders. We build ERPs for other institutions and even universities. One of our own leads the technical implementation of Ghana's Integrated Customs Management System, ICOMS, which is a backbone of our national trade infrastructure. Another is behind the ECG Power App, which most Ghanaians have probably used more than their kettle in the house. Just to mention a few. What does this tell you? The future of Ghana's digital economy is being written line by line here in University of Ghana. Now, big dreams, but limited resources. We are grateful to our Vice Chancellor. She has provided a lot of computers to our department, our provost, our dean, just to mention a few. But we are growing, and therefore we still need more. We are still operating out of borrowed space. It is time for our department to have a home worthy of its vision, a place where students can innovate freely, faculty can lead boldly, and ideas can transform lives. We are seeking support to construct a new department building, one that will cost an estimated $3 to $4 million Now, that might sound like a lot until you remember what this department has done with far less. With such support, I assure you what we see here today will be a mere preview of the wonders to come. So let us innovate, let us collaborate, and let us make sure that when the world looks to Ghana for technology that uplifts, it finds it in University of Ghana. Thank you. And to our hackers, may your code compile on the first run. Goodbye.
Thank you very much, Head of Department. Please, another round of applause for him. He has promised us that there would be more. Ladies and gentlemen, please let's acknowledge the presence of the Minister of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation as he takes his seat. You are very welcome, sir. Well, he will address us soon. We'll wait for him to catch his breath. But before we invite him up, I would like to invite one of our partners to deliver remarks. Please join me in welcoming Professor Kathy Holloway from the GDI Hub, University College of London. Please, your clap will determine further collaboration. Let's encourage her as she comes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here, and I'm delighted that the Minister has arrived just in time for these remarks. So that is an added honor. So thank you, Chairperson. Thank you, esteemed guests. You will notice that I am not one person up here. I have invited my good friend Adwa to join us, and I will say a few words about the genesis of this project, a little bit about GDI Hub, and then I will hand over to Adwa, because honestly, she speaks better than I do, and she has more to say than I do, and well, I think you'll understand why when you hear from her. So today marks not just a culmination of a hackathon, 5 days where these teams have worked tirelessly, and they have been brilliant, as have the people with speech impairments who have delivered some amazing thoughts and provoked ideas that would never have happened if we had only had technical people in the room. It marks not just the end of this hackathon, but the end or the continuation of a disability innovation journey. For me, that started in 2016, when I was lucky enough to meet the co-founders, my co-founders of GDI Hub, and we had an infamous cup of coffee, where all three of us were so frustrated at speaking to, and with no disrespect to the Minister, Ministers of Health that thought the Ministers of Transport should fix things, Ministers of Transport that thought the Ministers of Education should fix things. Everybody thought it was somebody else's job to support people who were disabled. Probably everybody in this room wants to live beyond the age of 70. And if you want to live beyond the age of 70, 50% of us will definitely live with disabilities. Many of us are already living with disabilities. And so we are not designing for those people. Adwa, you're not one of those. You're one of us. We are designing for us. And as you have heard, it's important that Ghanaians design for Ghanaians, but it's also important that disabled people design for disabled people. And that is why the CDLI was born. It was born from a simple but powerful idea that everyone, regardless of how they speak, deserves to be heard and understood. And I will, if I'm allowed, take 1 to 2 minutes to just tell you how all of you came to be in this room, how I came to be in this room, how I came to be so lucky to be here in Ghana. And that was a man over there called Richard Cave, who was my PhD student, came to me. He was also working for Google, get the two things mixed up. He was working for Google, and he said, Google have built this app for people with impaired speech who speak English. And for some reason that I don't understand, they've launched it in Ghana, but nobody is using it. And I said, oh, that's interesting. He said, what if we could see if it could actually help people? Because in Ghana, I think they will have limited access to assistive technology and speech and language therapists, but we're not sure. So we're lucky that UK Development, or UK Aid as it was formerly called, funds the 80-20-30 programme. That started as a £10 million programme, it's now a £100 million programme. And success of that programme is built on partnerships, real partnerships, working together, getting governments, getting universities, getting people who are disabled, working together to make the world a better place. And so I'm lucky enough to have a Ghanaian, former master's student in our MSc in Disability Design and Innovation, so I ring Derek. Derek, do you know a speech and language therapist in Ghana? He does. He knows Gifty. So I say, great, can I speak to Gifty? He says yes. So I ring Gifty. Gifty didn't ask us for money. She didn't ask us for a contract. She asked us to tell us how this technology worked and could it help people in Ghana. So we said fine. We flew out there. I don't think any of us were paid. I called in favors from friends of mine that worked in Japan. Come to Ghana. We've got 2 weeks. Let's see if it works. And it turns out it does work. And you'll hear from Adwa in a minute that it works very well for people like Adwa. But I don't know about you. I can only speak English. I'm really rubbish. I'm really dyslexic as well. I'm terrible at languages. But all of you, I guarantee, speak 2 or 3 languages. And I don't suspect you speak to your mother, your lover, I don't know, your wife, your husband, in English. And so even if people with a speech impairment can speak English, the people they're communicating with cannot. And so at that point, we were lucky enough to be connected to Isaac, and that was still through Gifty, through Google. She heard about the project that Google were funding here, and she said, I don't think they're including impaired speech. We reached out to Catherine, and Catherine was working in Google, and she was really busy, and we said, any chance you'll do an online tutorial for this lab, because I think it would be great to see if that would work, and she did. And from there, I was just looking at the leaflet of all the mentors, and I realized, because I didn't realize, because Tigi's been running it, that 3 of the business entrepreneurs come from India. Why India? Because India is the fastest growing assistive technology entrepreneurship space. The Made in India campaign has thrown loads of money into it. The government is fully behind it, and you're now seeing startups with 4 million to 40 million turnover. They're doing brilliantly, and so these guys are the best people to help you. Not people in the UK, not me, these guys, because they know about how to make things work. So I'm going to just mention one last thing before I hand over to Adwa, and that is this evening I fly to Kenya, and by the end of next month, not only will we be continuing to collect data with Isaac and his fantastic team here, and we will have 2 languages with impaired speech, 2 open data sets for everybody to use, but we will also have 2 languages connected from Kenya. Within the next month, we will have 2 languages in Rwanda, then Nigeria, then Uganda. And what is our role here? What is my role? I don't speak these languages. I don't understand the culture. I'm learning small amounts every day. But what I care about and what I know how to do is build the partnerships to make sure that people like Adwa get the technology she needs to be her brilliant self. And with that, and with knowing that this is not about technology, it's about people, it's about communication, I will ask Adwa to say a few words about why this is important. Thank you very much for your time.
All right. So, good morning, everyone. My name is Sajwa, and I do have cerebral palsy. And also, today me being here, I feel very emotional because this is just my alma mater, actually. Yeah, I finished law school here, I think 2013. So, hey, that's a long time ago. But all in all, the reason why, let me give you an illustration, okay? A few weeks ago, I was on my way to London from JFK. And one of the things, I'm pretty sure God put in me something that I can bring out. And I'm sure on a judgment day, hey, I'm a Christian, okay? So on a judgment day, when I go to God, He's not going to ask me, hey, Rajwa, what did you do with the talent I gave you? he's not going to ask me that, oh, because you had editability, so I'm going to pardon you. No. Yeah, you see, I don't want to take much of the time, but to the team contesting today, good luck to you. You are blessed enough to have a love life, a living love life right in front of you. This is a life-changing thing you're about to do. It is not just for the money. Money you can spend and it will go, but it's about the impact, the legacy you're about to leave. And I'm so glad and I'm so happy that I'm a part of it. I'm a part of it because this is it. For years, we've been fighting for inclusion in every aspect of governance, in every aspect of everything. But it looks as if AI seems to be the only way out. And good luck. That's all. Thank you.
So thank you very much, Professor Holloway, and also to Ajua. When you meet people like Ajua, then you understand why, or I appreciate why events like this are very important. Events like this are relevant. She says that it's not about the money that the teams will make today, but it's about impact and about legacy. Please, let's appreciate them one more time. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, before we hear from our other partners, as I mentioned earlier on, we have been joined by the Minister of Communications, Digital Technology and Innovations, Honorable Sam Nate George. He has to leave for another meeting, and so I would like to kindly crave your indulgence to break into the program a bit so that we listen to him. What he has to tell us. We are very important, that's why he made time to be here today. So ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the minister as he addresses us. Let's keep the applause going. He might make a big promise to us today, you never know.
Thank you very much. The Vice Chancellor of the University of Ghana, partners from the University College London, representatives from UK Aid and the 80-2030 program, judges, mentors, innovators, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols duly observed, and I dare say it's still good morning because I have like 2 minutes to noon. So good morning, everyone. I said good morning, everyone. Thank you. I like to know that I'm not speaking to a dead room, but a very live room. It gives me great pleasure to join you here this morning and to see that we've got people from UCL. UCL is part of the Russell Group of Schools, and I'm also an alum of one of the Russell Group of Schools, London School of Economics. As was said, today is a very packed day for me, but I dare not miss this program. My kid brother, the whole of this week, every day I get at least 5 messages from him saying that you must attend because he's an alum of the University of Ghana, engineering department. In fact, my brother and sister are all products of University of Ghana's College of Engineering. And Vice Chancellor said that they came to the good school. I did engineering in KNUST, so, but anyway, I won't go into that debate this morning. It's a great honor to speak to you today at the grand finale of the Tɛkyerɛma Hackathon. Today, we're not simply closing a hackathon. We're reaffirming a national commitment to ensure that no Ghanaian is left without a voice in the digital age. And Ajua, thank you so much for inspiring us. The work that's done through the Tɛkyerɛma Hackathon is powerful because it speaks directly, both literally and symbolically, to one of the deepest gaps in our digital society: the rights to be heard, understood, and included. Every day, millions of Ghanaians, and I dare say global citizens, communicate using local languages, dialects, and diverse modes of expressions. But for many with speech impairments, especially in low-resource settings, their voices are not only unheard, but often invisible in digital systems. The solutions built through this hackathon, using automatic speech recognition, text-to-speech in Ghanaian languages, and inclusive communication tools, are therefore not just software, they are restorative technologies. And as our friend from University College of London said, they're tired of speaking to ministers who don't know what they're about. Well, welcome to Ghana. We have a president who was a former minister of ICT. He cares, he sees you, he hears you, and he has mandated that the new Ministry of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation recognize you. These technologies we see here today restore access, they restore dignity, and they restore participation for people who have too often been on the margins. The work done here by the hackathon aligns perfectly with the government of Ghana's vision under our 1 Million Coders program to empower a generation of digital builders who are solving real problems for real people. And the Vice Chancellor was there when we launched the 1 Million Coders program, and as part of our pilot, we had a visually impaired coder taking part in the program, and we're ensuring that at least 10% of the 1 million coders are persons who are differently abled, to ensure inclusivity. This vision is supported through our commitments to the rollout of regional digital centers and zonal ICT innovation packs, targeted funding through our FinTech and Innovation Growth Fund, and structured training for youth, women, and persons with disability in digital literacy, artificial intelligence, and coding, such as the introduction to computer basics for the visually impaired. And this is being led by one of the agencies in my ministry, our Universal Access Fund called GIFEC, the Ghana Investment Fund for Electronic Communications. The inauguration of a multi-stakeholder data price reduction committee to address the issue of high data prices also is one that works on making sure that no one is excluded from the digital world, because persons who are challenged are even more disadvantaged when the cost to access is high. As we scale existing programs and launch new ones, we must also confront a hard truth: that the same innovations that inspire hope can deepen inequality if we fail to act intentionally. Artificial intelligence, the same force driving the groundbreaking solutions under the Tɛkyerɛma initiative, hold enormous promise. But without deliberate safeguards, AI can actually reinforce exclusion rather than close the gaps. We see this risk clearly when those without access to devices or reliable connectivity are being shut out of digital jobs and services. We see this when AI systems are trained on data sets that exclude our languages and lived experiences, risking encoding biases and structural inequality. We see this when digital financial tools, if not designed inclusively, can leave behind the very communities they claim to empower. And as essential services from health to education shift online, those without digital access risk being cut out entirely. This is not a future that we can accept, certainly not under President Mahama. And that is why our commitment to inclusive design, local language integration, and accessibility by default must guide every step of our digital transformation. This is why Ghana is integrating inclusive technological principles into our upcoming AI governance framework. It will promote fair data policies, accessible standards, and representation in AI development. To the students, developers, and teams that are here today, you have not just built applications, you have created pathways for inclusion. Your tools may one day allow a child with cerebral palsy to speak to her classmates and family members in Nzima. Your tools may help an elderly man who's recovering from stroke to express himself again with dignity in Ghana. Your tools may enable a visually impaired student in Tamale to listen to content in Dagbani, read aloud by a synthetic voice that actually sounds Ghanaian and not European. This is not only innovation, this is about nation building. As Minister for Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation, I want to see not just the future but the present where everyone is heard. Let today serve as a turning point in our nation building. Let it mark the moment where Ghana declares that every voice matters, not just the loudest, not just the most literate, and not just the most connected. We're building a digital Ghana that does not leave the speech impaired, the poor, the rural, or the disabled behind. A digital Ghana where AI speaks our language, our own Ghanaian languages, reflects our local realities and nuances and our indigenous Ghanaian wisdom, where AI understands our diversity and embraces our unity. It amplifies every voice, and I'm sure we will achieve this because of you in this room today. I thank the University of Ghana, led by the Vice Chancellor, the University College of London, the UK-AID and the AT 2030 program for your commitment to digital empowerment through language, innovation, and inclusion. And I thank all of you here today, innovators, mentors, dreamers, judges, my brother Kobe, for reminding us of what true inclusion looks like. Of course, it goes without saying that we expect to see more from you. And since we're talking language here, thank you. Midamwase, Mindanyeshin, Akpenami, Mungode. Thank you very much. But just before I sit, because I would soon take my leave, I think I was put on the spot by the MC when she said maybe I will do something more. I've seen that there are prizes to be giving here. On my personal behalf and on behalf of the government, would pledge 20,000 CDs to the entire package fund so that the judges know how to distribute that amongst first, second, and third. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please, let's do it better for the minister. He didn't just come to deliver his remarks, but he has left something for the competing teams. Thank you very much, Honorable Sam George. Thank you for being here. Because we are not sure when he will leave, and again, our chairperson also has to leave for another equally important event, we'd like to take some group photographs before we proceed. So I'd like to kindly ask the Honorable Minister, the Vice Chancellor, Prof. Wiafe, members of University Management, deans and directors who are here, and our various partners from UCL, from Google, who are here. Please, let's come up here, take a quick photo before the minister takes leave of us. Vice Chancellor and Minister, we wanted the competing teams to also take a photograph with you before you leave, please. So the various competing teams, please come and let's do this quickly. Let's do this quickly so that they can attend to the other tasks. Please come all the way up. Please come up the stairs so that we can have all of you in the photograph. Okay, thank you very much. As they take their seats, please, let's appreciate them. Thank you. So we'd like to continue the program. I would like to now invite Naomi Thompson, who will be speaking on behalf or as a representative of the AT 2030. Let's welcome her as she comes, please.
Maha, Medini Naomi Thompson, Mifri London. That's all the tree I'm going to try and speak. I just want to say a big thank you to everyone here, especially our esteemed colleagues. It's really appreciated that you're here and that you've joined us for today. So I'm the head of programs at an organization called the Global Disability Innovation Hub. We are based at University College London in the United Kingdom. And I'm just going to briefly speak to you today about the AT 2030 program, which is the reason why we're all here. So the AT 2030 program, or Assistive Technology 2030, is a program that's led by the Global Disability Innovation Hub, or GDI Hub, and it's funded by UK International Development. So the aim of this program is to test and prove what works to get assistive technology, life-changing assistive technology, to the people that need it around the world. So the program began in 2018, as Kathy said, and it will run until the year 2030. And it's backed by an investment by the UK government of £50 million and a commitment by GDI Hub and all of our partners to match that £50 million 100%. So as Kathy said, it brings the total program value to just over 100 million British pounds. To date, the program's had significant impact. We've reached, for example, 10 million people directly, 54 million people indirectly across the globe. We've raised over 22 million pounds in match funding. We've supported 40 assistive technology ventures to scale, and in Africa alone supported another 100 to test and validate products. We've also supported 46 innovative AT products to the market. We've published over 200 journal articles and influencing papers that answer critical research questions about disability inclusion, accessibility, and AT. And we facilitated partnerships with over 63 organizations all over the world. So as Kathy said, all of these achievements of this program would not be possible without partnerships, and the partnerships that we're seeing play out here today. University of Ghana, Google Research Ghana, and Talking Tips Africa Foundation are all incredibly critical to the success of this program, and particularly the parts of the program that look at why mobile devices can in themselves be assistive technology, but can also facilitate access to assistive technology and disability inclusion. And just to echo what Kathy said, none of this matters without people like Adjoa. That's the point of programs like this. These people are at the core of everything that we do. They're why we fight for the democratization of technology so that it's accessible, it's inclusive, and particularly for this program, why we want to see technology designed by Ghanaians, for Ghanaians, and in Ghanaian languages. I want to say a big good luck to all the teams today. It was a great watching you over the last week. You're going to be fantastic, and thank you all for being here. Mirasi.
Thank you very much, Naomi Thompson, Yadase. And we say Yadase to all the partners and all who have supported, as I keep saying. We are going to take another, listen to another of our partners. I would like to invite Mr. Perry Nelson, representative from Google Ghana. If Mr. Perry Nelson is here, can we have you up here? Or if this has been done by any Google Ghana rep. Okay, so we'll go ahead with the program. When we have somebody, we'll get the person in. So we've come to the end of the first part of today's program. We're going to take an interlude from the Ghana Dance Ensemble as we prepare to get into the hackathon proper. Are you ready for the hackathon? Are you ready? I'm not sensing your readiness. Are you ready? If we are ready, let's give them a round of applause as they prepare to come up stage to show us what they've got. I'm not doing this alone. I'm doing this with my co-MC who is going to take over for the second part. Are you ready, Mark Mensah? Okay. So we'll take a musical interlude, and after that is done, he will take us through the hackathon period. My name is Pascaline Songsori. I work at the Public Affairs Directorate of the University of Ghana. I thought I also get an applause. Thank you very much. Ghana Dance Ensemble, if you are ready, we are ready to have you now. Please, let's give them another round of applause. That's the Bambaya dance by the Ghana Dance Ensemble. This is a dance from northern Ghana. Usually, the Ghana Dance Ensemble will tell us the significance of the dance, but my own research shows that it was done after a period of drought to celebrate. And so I believe that this is a celebration of maybe the long period of droughts where we forgot those who are not as endowed as we are. And today we are here gathered to do something for them so that they can also feel included. And I would also, before Mark comes in, would like to acknowledge the team from our Center for Disability Studies and Advocacy. They gave us the sign language interpretation. Next to me is Emmanuel Akwesia Boaje, and he's here with Madame Joyce Nyakwa Agbedo, and they both work together to give us sign language interpretation. Please, let's appreciate them. Thank you very much. Earlier on, we called the Google Ghana rep. She's here with us now, and so please join me in welcoming Madame Yvonne Dumont as she speaks to us before we start the hackathon. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, and I'm really happy to be here and knowing that we are working on an innovative solution for the world. And at this moment, being a physically challenged person in terms of height, I can't wait for a moment where we'll have something for us as well. Then I don't have to climb on a stool. The Vice Chancellor, Provost, Deans, innovators, collaborators, I bring you warm greetings from Google Ghana. At Google, we believe that technology should work for everyone, not just the majority, but everyone. And that belief is what drives our commitment to support initiatives like Tɛkyerɛma, a truly meaningful effort that is breaking down barriers in digital access for individuals with speech impairment. We recognize that for too long, voice, technology, and more broadly, digital tools have not always served people with speech differences. That's not just a missed opportunity, it's purely an exclusion. And that's why we are proud to support the work being done here, using AI and machine learning to create speech models that reflect the full spectrum of human voices and abilities. Google Ghana's involvement in this initiative is rooted in our shared goal of inclusion. We are supporting through funding, technical experts, and community collaboration, not only because it's the right thing to do, but because we know that innovation thrives when it reflects the richness and diversity of our world. And that includes building width, not just for the communities we aim to serve. That's why we are so inspired by the participatory approach of this project involving individuals with speech impairments in the training and testing of AI models. Their voices are literally shaping the future of accessible technology. We are excited about the road ahead. Tɛkyerɛma is not just about better algorithm, it's about equity, dignity, and empowerment. And we at Google Ghana remain committed to working along with you, researchers, educators, innovators, mentors, and the community to ensure that the AI opens doors rather than close them. Thank you and congratulations to all the minds and hearts behind this incredible work. Let's keep building a future where every voice is heard. Ubuntu. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the co-MC for this August event. The name is Mark Atamensa, and it brings me so much pleasure to MC this session onwards. The moment we've all been waiting for, Mr. Chairman, all protocols observed. We have our hackathon judges. We have our top 5 finalists also ready. A bit of a background, just to reiterate, we started with 48 teams, we sieved them up to 16, and we have the top 5. So it has been a thorough drill to come this far, and they've gone through a lot of preparation to impress you and I today, but most especially our judges. Without further ado, I will introduce our judges. We'll get a background of who they are, and then that will give us a clear picture, especially when they begin to provide their scores. And so we'll begin with Mr. Kweku Agbesi. He is an accomplished sales and marketing strategy executive with 15 years of leadership experience across diverse industry sectors. He has held strategic roles at leading global companies including Apple, General Electric, Google, and he specialized in developing growth strategies, operational plans, and risk management frameworks. Kweku currently serves as the Chief Commercial Officer at the Digital Umuganda, where he drives partnerships, leads deals, negotiations, and support product development and research initiatives across Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, our Judge 1, Mr. Kwesi Agbesi. Our second judge is a passionate disability rights advocate and social justice leader with over a decade of experience driving inclusive development, particularly for women with disabilities. She currently serves as the country lead of ADD International in Ghana, where she leads strategic programs advancing feminist movements and disability rights across Africa. Adjoa has held key roles at Ghana Sumubi Jumedie, the Commissions on Human Rights and Administrative Justice, and health support foundations, combining her legal expertise with policy advocacy to influence systemic change. Ladies and gentlemen, our second judge, lawyer Adjoa Amponsa Dapa Frali. The next judge for this event is the acting CEO of the Ghana Tourism Development Company Limited, an associate professor of the University of Ghana Business School, and he's a pioneer of virtual tourism in Ghana and a leading voice in digital innovation within tourism marketing. He founded the Destination Legon project, which challenges students to use emerging technologies like VR and AI to market tourism experiences, and has developed tech solutions through his company, Ambition Consult Limited, including customer service and admissions platforms used by major banks, hospitals, and schools. His blend of academic insight and practical tech-driven innovations makes him a fitting choice as a judge for this tech hackathon. Ladies and gentlemen, our third judge, Professor Kobe Mensah. Our next judge is a globally recognized leader in disability innovation with extensive experience in inclusive design, assistive technology, and academic leadership. She is the co-founder and academic director of the Global Disability Innovation Hub, GDI Hub, and a professor of interaction, design, and innovation at the University College London. She leads key initiatives under the 80-2030 program, including the 80 Impact Fund and Innovate Now, and has served as a contributor and expert advisor to the World Organization and the UNICEF Global Report on Assistive Technology. Ladies and gentlemen, our fourth judge, Professor Kathy Holloway. The last but not the least is a licensed speech therapist. She is an AAD advocate with over 7 years of experience supporting individuals with neurodevelopmental disabilities and complex communication needs. She is a master trainer in neurodiversity and an active researcher in inclusive communication practices. She has worked across hospitals, schools, and specialized clinics, and delivered person-centered therapy and advancing accessibility for all. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Ms. Aisha Amate. Indeed, with all these credentials and laurels of our judges, I can bet our contestants are in for a run for their money. Let me seize the opportunity to put across that our Honorable Minister of Communication, who just left here, has made you on his promise. I can confidently say the 20,000 Ghana cedis promised is here with us in cash. The decision of the organizers is that every single team here is going to get a fair cut of that money spread across them. So nobody is going here without anything as far as these 5 teams are concerned. Right, so we'll move on with the program. And at this point, the jury will present the ground rules of the hackathon. And then thereafter, we will call on our respective teams. They will take turns and do their best to wow us, but most importantly, impress the judges. So, judges, if you are ready, we would want to hear the ground rules you're going to use to judge our contestants. I think there's a microphone in front of you. Yep. Okay, that is fine. Right, so she will come upstage and then spell out the ground rules. Please, let's give her a round of applause.
I'm Tuna, hi. Okay. So again, my name is Tɛkyerɛma. And I'm one of the judges. I'm about to present to you the ground rules for the program. So now, to the team, okay? There's going to be 6 areas you're going to be judging you on. Okay? And one of the areas you're going to be judging you on is the ASR implementation. And your score for that one is 25 points. I don't need to explain that, do I? But, give me a minute. Let me catch my breath. Now, when I'm talking about the ASR implementation, I meant that the core technical focus in terms of what your ASR is trying to target. In a con, you will say your target groups. Okay? Now, the second area is going to be your suitability, which will the point allotted to it is 25 points again, and then you're going to have to make sure your project or your app should be inclusive. After all, that is the main thing. It should be inclusive. And the third one is the originality as well as innovation. How authentic your idea is. It should not be something already in the system. It should be authentic. And for that one, the point is 15 points. The next one is the user experience, which also focuses on the design, as in the user-centric design, as well as accessibility, accessible interface. For an example, somebody like me, if I should use the app and I am not able to, be able to really use the app, then there's an issue. Then you're going to lose mark there. For that one, the point also is 15 points. And then the next one is the scalability. Scalability has to do with the fact that you should not just think about just today. It should go beyond today. It should be able to reach a larger market. Am I confusing somebody? Okay. So for that one, the point there is 10. And finally, the last point, thank God, is the presentation. The presentation is going to take 5 minutes. No more than 5 minutes. Each team has 5 minutes to present everything that they need to say. And so for that matter, if there is no further question, these are the ground rules. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Let's give a round of applause once more. And that is the reason why we are here. We want everyone to be a part of it. We are bridging the digital divide. As a matter of fact, Prof. Kati will always emphasize that to a greater extent, each and every one of us, even if you don't consider yourself a disabled person now, sometime a time is going to come, is going to be your story. And so we thank our lawyer for spelling out these rules. The competitors have already been served with this, and I believe they are ready to come and bridge that gap for us. Again, this demonstration they are going to put across is in Akan. It is in Akan. And so please bear with us. If you will be, they may present in English, but demonstrations will definitely be in Akan. But every other thing, the rules have been stated clearly. 5 minutes. Teams, are you ready? I'm not hearing the response from them. They are quite a sizable number, so they should be able to respond. Are you ready? Right. So the time has come for us to see what these guys have put together all this while since April 7th up to this date. Ladies and gentlemen, we will invite, first on the list is Whisper Wave. Whisper Wave. Okay, I believe there's been a bit of a shuffle, so Whisper Wave, please take your seats. Team Yada is going to start for us. Please, let's do it for Team Yada. Team Yada. Please, you can come upstage. Oh, please, let's give it up. Let's give it up for them. Maybe I'll be your able timekeeper. 5 minutes the moment you start speaking. Is that not it?
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. We are Team Yada, and then we are here to present our solution to this communication barrier and concerns with speech impairment, dealing with use cases like our brothers and sisters that stammer, people with cerebral palsy, and others. To begin with, the app is a smart mobile app that has been designed to help people with difficulty in speaking to have it easier to be heard and understood. This has been done using cutting-edge technical tools for speech and languages. Please, next slide. Thank you. So our app is Tiniye app, which in English, it means hear it well. As I said, it is a smart app that is designed to amplify the voices of people with speech impairment using cutting-edge language and speech technologies. To begin with, our app has 3 key features. We have the text-to-speech, speech-to-text, and the video over voice feature. Dealing with the speech-to-text, the app converts unclear and probably unheard speeches into accurate and editable text for the user. That is, people finding it difficult to say something for others to understand can be processed within the app, and then it gives you a generated sound where you can listen to it and then it will be heard clearly. As well as users can type in chi and then also read it out loud through the system and hear whatever he or she wrote down. With accordance to our third key feature, that deals with the video overview feature. Now, we are trying to implement this to help people with speech impairment be confident and put information out there that is through videoing. Now, this deals with when the person can upload a video with their speech impaired voice, and then the app processes using the ASR. Then it generates you a new video with a much clearer voiceover with a Ghanaian AI, where the voice is not hereby that white or probably an English accent that is too much, but in a local accent that you would understand. Now, this voice that it generates for you, it also gives you an editable text where probably what you wanted to say is not the accurate, let me say 99.9%. You can do that edits there, and then you can also save this audio and share it to other platforms. Now, this is for them to put it on social media so that we can understand them. It is very hurtful, or let me say it is sad, for you to listen and then not really be able to understand. They feel bad if you do not understand what they are trying to say. It causes difficulty. So there is a demo of what I'm trying to talk about. We are going to play this, and then there's a QR code that you can scan so you can watch it on your phone much clearly, listen to it, and also we will play on the screen so that you can watch it. There's a sound, please. Okay, there's supposed to be a sound where our brother here is speech impaired, as in he's Thomas, so he said 1 or 2 words to our system where it generated what he said in his original voice and also the Ghanaian AI voice, as well as giving you a translation which is written for you to understand. And then this deals with the voice overlay, where he also made a video of himself talking. He uploaded the video onto the system. It generated a new video with a Ghanaian AI voiceover and then an editable text as well. I'm not sure about we're supposed to hear so that we would understand. But then with what you've scanned, the video is going to play and then you're going to hear it much well.
So me too, I'm Emmanuel, and I'm going to talk about the security aspect of our application. So nowadays, people find it difficult to use a lot of application because of security. So we made out that, why don't we make our application secure so that people will be able to use it and use it well. So our application encrypts the user's video that was taken. So the application will encrypt the video to the server for it to be processed. And after the video is processed, already the system is providing an end-to-end encryption. Our system provides that encryption or that protection to the video that the user uploaded, so that the person will have, will have a data which is secured and will be able to prevent unauthorized use, so that people without unauthorized access won't be able to have access to their video.
Thank you. So in concerns to that, I'm sorry we're finding difficulty in hearing what's going on, but then when we look at the business side of this, if it is to go into commercialization, the user experience is something that I think would be a wonderful thing for people with speech impairment. And then when you go through this system, we believe with the potential of it, you are going to probably experience it for a month, which is free. And then later on, if you are much interested in it, you can continue to have that experience by paying something little. But then, in concerns to this, our team has a motto that says everybody must be heard and heard clearly. So at Team Yada, we are not just designing an app, but then we are thinking of connection, inclusion, and empowerment so that our brothers and sisters can be confident enough to disseminate information on the internet or social media without any barriers. Thank you. But this is also a view for our system, how it looks. Wow. There is no sound.
Right. Oh, don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. Judges are having microphones, so you are going to respond to them. Thank you very much. You want to ask a question? Okay. Okay. Right. So they will take this. So then you compile all your questions and your comments. Yes, and then we'll give it back to them after their presentations. The technology glitch will be fixed subsequently. Please, let's give them a round of applause. You can take your seats. Yes. Right. Next on the list is Team Twilight. Team Twilight. We want to do this speedily.
My name is That was our colleague, Agnes. And I'm pretty sure most of us couldn't hear her clearly because of her speech impairment. This is a challenge she told us she faces on a daily basis. So how about we come up with an app that could make Agnes heard to everybody? Per statistics, there are over 38 million mobile connections in Ghana, meaning we spend over 3 hours a day on our phone communicating, joining video conference, and sending voice notes on various social media platforms. This is what led us, Team Twilight, to build Kasapa. Kasapa is a cross-platform mobile and web application. It works on both Android and iOS, as well as on the web. What Kasapa does is, you speak to it, and we use our highly trained automatic sound recognition systems. We transcribe it, and you are able to edit whatever the system generates, just so you put your original idea across. Then, you also click on a simple button, which generates a synthetic voice to put your ideas across to whoever you would like to communicate with. Now, Kasapa goes beyond just putting your voice across in a clear account speech. We allow you to send voice notes on all social media platforms, just so you also feel included in the conversation that goes on. Also, we allow you to save some specific videos. I think we heard from Ajua that she went to the airport and it couldn't just come out. You could save some videos and you could save some audios, and whenever you are at any place and you are inconvenient, you could just play it out just so you are heard. So we'll take a quick demo of how Kasapa looks like and how it functions.
Hello everyone. My colleague at the back is going to show us a demo of our app. And then I'll take you through it. So basically what our app is doing is that Agnes speaks into the application. It translates whatever she says into text, account text. So she also has the option to actually audit whatever she's saying. So from there, she also has the ability, okay, I mentioned audit, right? So after auditing, you have the ability to approve it first before you send it to any social media platform. So going back to the latter part of the video, you would see that you can share to WhatsApp, Instagram, Telegram, any platform. You are not limited. Even email, you can send it through that. We also have an option for you to store phrases, like my colleague said earlier. Maybe you go to the pharmacy, maybe you go to the market. You already have a list of sentences you are going to say. So you already have them stored down. You don't have to go through the stress of recording again before you say all of that. So the second part of our application is the QR code. And the reason I'm smiling so much right now is because I'm very confident of that aspect. So when Ajwa came to present, she had to speak. And I'm pretty sure some of us couldn't understand her. Even when Agnes stood here to speak to us, some of us couldn't really hear clearly. So what the QR code does is that you connect to our application. You can use your phone, anything. Once you are linked to that, whatever she says on her phone, it is transcribed. So think of this setting. We are projecting on the board. She has her phone. She speaks. It is transcribed. You can all read. You can all play the audio. Think of the classroom setting. Agnes is presenting. She speaks. It is transcribed on the board. She can play the audio. So basically, that is what we are trying to present to you. A solution that makes it inclusive for every speech-impaired person. We are not looking at even just targeting one sector, because we know that speech-impaired people live like all of us. So they need a solution that is inclusive in all situations. Thank you.
I think they deserve another round of applause. Regardless of the technical constraints, they still figured out how to step up right from the onset. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Team Twilight. The next team to make a presentation is Whisper Wave. We hope they also stick to the time just as this team did. Team Whisper Wave. Team Whisper Wave.
I think as a parent, nothing compares to seeing your child speak freely and confidently, especially when their own words have been locked behind their voices. That is why my team, Whisper Wave and I, decided to create an app called Yenkasa, which means Let's Speak, a speech therapy app designed for kids. This app was co-created with speech and language therapists, and it helps kids with two issues, that is cerebral palsy and stuttering. It offers two main tools, that is a 3D interactive character where the child speaks directly to, like a human being, and then daily vocabulary exercises to teach them new words. This is time for the demo of the app. Can we share the screen? You can. Okay. Please start the demo of the app. So the app is introduced by the 3D avatar called Intikuma. She introduces herself to the kids and tells them that, oh, I'm your speech therapist and this is what I'm going to do. We currently implemented 4 exercises. The first one being oral motor exercises, where the 3D avatar shows facial expressions for the kids to emulate. This exercises the muscles around their mouth and their tongue for better articulation of speech. We also have the flashcard session that starts with a storyline. So we implemented the birthday, the helping at home, and then going to school. So with the birthday, the character comes out, gives a scenario. Oh, I'm having a birthday celebration. What do I need first? Then the flashcard shows. When the kid taps on it, it says the word, and the child has to repeat that word. That word, the speech is recognized and then compared with what the avatar had said earlier. Yes. And then when it's correct, we check for similarity. When the similarity is high, the kid is being passed on to the next story and the card. So this storytelling is to engage the children to open up each and every day to better their speech. The third implementation was the articulation exercises based on certain consonants in the tree alphabet. So with this, it's phrases to teach the kids how to articulate their speech in sentences instead of just single words. And then the last one is a conversational bot with the 3D character, where they get to simulate speaking to a real person. So simple phrases like, how are you and how was your day? And then we have a progress screen that shows how far they've come. With the scalability, we plan to implement other languages across various cultures. Also, we can integrate educational curriculums inside, maybe teach the kid 1 + 1 in 3, and then other subjects. Yeah. Please, we are Whisper Wave, and we bring to you Yankasa.
Yes, I'm most impressed by the fact that they stuck to their time, exactly 5 minutes. Regardless of the technical glitches, please give them a round of applause again. Right. So next on our list is Team Kasanoma, and this team is coming from UESD. Kindly join us up front here. So after all presentations are done, we invite all the teams to come and stand up front, and then they will take their feedback from the judges, and then the presentation follows. Right.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nana Abnachiwa Jemfi, and we are Team Kasanoma. You know, socialization is one key aspect of our lives, and it didn't start just today. It started long before today. Even during our times of our forefathers, we used to sit under oak trees to have discussions amongst ourselves. In 1994, we used to have these social interactions through friendship, church meetings. You can just think of the others. In 2024, or our current era, socialization is on the media. Socialization is online, and is the ish in town. It has so many features. We can do this communication on social media apps like WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, and Telegram. But does these social media apps include speech-impaired people? No. We have a chat I wanted it to show, where we were having an online discussion amongst ourselves as a team, and our colleague here, Gideon, made a contribution, and the comments that came, he's a stutterer, by the way, and the comments that came was, yo, Gidi, type into you dey stammer. Just a typo error he had. He was mugged for it, and for over a month, he couldn't come back online to chat. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why Team Kasanoma have decided to build up the Kasanoma speech assistant, which is integrated in social media apps, so you be able to have conversations freely, just as you are having conversations on other social media platforms.
So with Casanoma Speech Assistant, it's integrated into the social media app. You don't need to download anything. In fact, if you are on Telegram now and you go and search Casanoma, you should be able to access it. And then any speech impaired person who speaks to it, you automatically get a transcribed version of what you are saying. And then you can either decide to do a text to speech. So you get a clearer audio and directly in that social media app, forward it to your friends. You don't need to go to one app, go and process, copy, and then bring it back. Directly, you're able to get it and then send it across. Also, what we realized during our research was that people with speech impairment find it difficult to acquire a second language. So we have direct translation from Chi to 3 major languages in Ghana: Ewe, Dagati, and then Guran. So you can translate directly from this language inside your app and then converse with whichever person you are speaking to. And then also there are features that you can even do transcripts and then put it as subtitles on a video that you've made. Now people do status updates. Now if people with speech impairment wants to do status updates, they can't use that feature because it wasn't designed with them in mind. But with a speech assistant, you can do process, have the subtitle, and then post it as your status update. So that is what Team Casanoma with the Casanoma speech assistant is able to do. And then we have a colleague here who will be able to test it live so that we see the conversation flow and how it goes about.
Hi, my name is Gideon. So I want to demonstrate the whole process to you. So when you open your Telegram app, you will find out that you can search for Casanoma on your search button. On your search button, you just tap on the search button, and then you have a field of start. After clicking on start, then the menu comes in. Then you choose what you want to do. So I want to record my voice right now, and let's see how it translates. So without moving from anywhere, you just go to your microphone. Papa ne ko school. With this, we get a translation straight from your app. It translates the audio. Then you choose the language you want it to speak, and then it's done. Thank you.
Right. That is also another smart move. So I can even use my existing Telegram and present my case, and it will transcribe correctly. Thank you very much, Team Casanoma. The last team to make a presentation is Team Kasaye. Team Kasaye from KNUST. Team Kasaye. Yes.
Hello, my name is Frederick and we are Team Kasaye. So before we start, I want us to meet Simon, who is a speech impaired suffering from cleft palate, and he as most speech impaired people find it difficult to communicate with other people, and also they find it difficult to use some digital tools like chatbots so that they can do research and all that. So we will see Simon utilizing our app Kasaye to interact with the web and find information that he wants to find. So it seems we are having some technical issues. So our app, Kasaye, is an app that has more than one feature. One of them is that when the user goes into the app, he is able to communicate with a chat system where he communicates by audio. So he speaks the audio into the app, and a response comes back to him in an audio format. So it can go on and on. So instead of you using typing and receiving a response in text, you are rather speaking and you are receiving a response in audio. But that particular feature actually serves a dual purpose. Apart from you finding information on the internet, you are also enhancing your speech, because the research show that people that actually use this kind of voice commands actually improve their speech. Now also, when in the day-to-day activity where the individual is working and going about his daily activities, the person can communicate with his friends, the teachers, just by going onto the app and recording what they want to say, and it gets transcribed in real time. But because we know that most people are not able to read the tree, we also translate it to English and other languages for the person who is communicating to read from it. Now, coming back to the app, we have a feature where you can actually send the audio where you have in a clear voice, so it gets back to you in a clear voice rather than your own voice. You can send it via WhatsApp or any other medium that you want to send it to for someone else to see. Now, we did this with the speech impaired in mind. We had about 6 people who gave us feedback on the user interface. And so we have a big button when you go into the app. You have a big button where you press to say your audio, receive the transcribed text, and either send it or you can also edit it so that we can help improve the system, because it's not 100% correct. Also, at the bottom of the main page, there is a button where you'll be able to see. When you went up on it, it sends you to the chat system where you're able to research and do any kind of search query that you want to do. For scalability, we are looking at making the app free for the users. So in order to make the app free for users, the question is who then is going to take care of the cost. So we want to create a customized app for our organizations like the hospitals, the banks, so that when the speech impaired people go to the hospital, they don't need to carry their phones with them. Some of them don't even use smartphones. So when they go to the organization, they can easily talk to the device that is already there. So the cost, the subscription that this organization are going to pay, some of the profits will be used to make sure that it is free for all of these other individuals. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I have previously managed before. More details. Up now, I'm buying Ministerial and woman who are.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That is Team Kasaye, and this team is coming from KNUST. As you might have observed, they've displayed their solutions with a speech impaired person at least on each team, and they all vary in terms of severity among other things. I would like to invite all the teams to join me upstage at this very point. Let's have here on stage Whisper Wave, Team Twilight, Team Yada, Team Kasaye, of course, you're already here, and then Team Kasanoma. Please, let's give a round of applause as they mount the stage, please. It hasn't been an easy journey. It hasn't been an easy journey. They've come far. They knocked down 48 others. They knocked down 16 others. And they are the only ones still standing. So, judges, these are your contestants. They made a number of demonstrations, presentations. They tried to convince you. I don't know how far they succeeded, but the floor is all yours. You ask them a couple of questions at this point, and whichever team it is, kindly call them out.
Good afternoon. I'd like to say
right. Hello. Okay, so a fantastic presentation, all of you. A round of applause. I think that for you to come to this level, it tells you your resilience level, the determination that you have. Now, what I would advise is that whenever you're doing projects like this that you have to present, have it in mind malfunctioning of systems, and ask yourself, what would be your alternative, all right? If systems go down, how do you still present your idea so that your audience can capture it? So in future, think about recovery systems, all right? How do you recover? But I congratulate you for a fantastic work done. Congratulations, all of you. Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations to all the teams. Fantastic presentations, although I know there were challenges with technology. And I know how hard you worked to get to where you are now. So I just want to say kudos to you. It was very difficult, I don't know from my panel judges, but it was very difficult to choose a winner, but ultimately a winner has to be chosen. So don't be downhearted if you don't win. You guys did a fantastic job, and congratulations once again.
Can you hear me now? Yeah. What if the child is not verbal? In as much as we are trying to make it more speech inclusive for people with speech impairment, we do have autistic kids who have limited vocabulary. Okay. So what do we do about them? I kind of feel like it's a bit limited. You didn't really, the other thing, you guys did very well. I'm proud of you. It's not easy being out there trying to pitch. Yeah, kudos to all of you again.
So thank you, everybody. In the interest, I know we've run over a lot. We're running over time. So in the interest of time, I won't ask the question that I would ask to each team, but I would hope that maybe next time you present, you might take this on board as some feedback. And that is, the one thing I'd love to have heard more about is how users' feedback influenced your design decisions. Really clearly telling us that how you iterated your designs based on these design decisions. And secondly would be exactly how you're using ASR. Sometimes I think you assumed that we knew how you were using it, but some people on this panel would not know. So it's good to get that across. That's just some general feedback. But overall, it was fantastic. Well done this week. I know it's been a hard week. I'm sure you're all very tired, but we'll get on with the prize giving, I think.
So our jury seem to have exhausted their questions. I'm not entirely sure if some curious minds here want to pull up a question or two. May give room for just about 2 people from the audience. If you want to ask a question, they'll bring the microphone to you. You may be curious about what is going on. Probably this is the closest you've come to a revolution like this, where we are trying to bridge the digital divide. Just a hand or two. Anybody with a... Yeah, somebody's hand is up. He wants to ask a very intelligent question. Please, let's pass on the microphone to him for me. You also want to ask a question. You can pick one from the judges and then speak up, please. Feel free. Yes, the gentleman is right next to you. Miss... He's right, yeah, right there. Introduce yourself, yes.
My name is I want to ask. I realize that
anyone can
a lot
answer.
of the functionality of the app is based on the availability of internet connections. So in a setting where the internet connection is quite not very strong, how will the system be? Or is there any possibility for it to be offline? That's what. Thank you.
Yes, can we take the second question, and then any volunteer from any team who wants to respond can do so. So if you want to respond, you can come closer, you introduce your team. There was a second hand up here. Please come forward and come and ask your question. We'll take the questions and then we'll take the responses.
Thank you so much for the privilege. My name is Isian Kofumolis. I appreciate the insight shared from all the teams. I would like to quickly ask this question. So since all of us are talking about ASR system, I want to know, in your application of the application, did you face any challenges with a noisy environment? And if yes, how did you address that ASR solution to it? Thank you.
Thank you very much. So we'll take the responses to these 2 questions and then we'll take it from there. Please.
So my name is Divine and I'm from Team Kasaye. All right, so I think I'll start with the second question. So we did find issues with noise, but we use technique like wrapping the model with faster whisper. That does some form of noise cancellation for us and give better outcome. And then with response to the first question, there are models that are small that could actually fit onto the mobile phone that could be used offline. And so we have variants, right? And so the tiniest of them is what we use in the smartphones that could be used offline. So when you are online, you get to use the large models, which is on the internet. But when your phone goes offline, then it switches back to the one which fits on your phone. Yeah, thank you very much.
Hello, Mark.
Yes.
Pardon me, okay. But I wanted to ask a question I should have asked earlier.
Okay, sure. You're a judge, please.
You know, one of the motives for this particular hackathon is for it to be also used by the informal people.
Yeah.
Not just those who've been to school. Okay? Point is, if I go to the market and then I want to buy something and I'm taking the cheese, can the maximum read what I'm trying to say?
I think anybody from this team can respond. You got a question clearly, right? Right. So I think I'll give each team a rep. Let me see, 5 seconds. Respond. Right. Take over. What would be your response to the question? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So we do provide text to speech. That's when the user speaks and it gets transcribed to the text. You can play it back, but this time in a standard voice, so that the market woman who is not formal, who cannot read the tree, can literally understand what the user is saying. Yep, thank you.
Is that the same? Does the same response apply to all of you, or you have another perspective?
Yeah, the same applies to all of us. But for our team in particular, we also introduced the offline feature where you can actually like save whatever you want to say before you go to the market or even the pharmacy anywhere. I actually mentioned it earlier. I don't know whether I wasn't really clear. Thank you.
Great. All right, you also have your say. Oh, please clap for them. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so I'm George from Whisper Wave, and I'd like to tackle the question about having an offline version. The offline version was considered when we were formulating ideas, but currently there is no offline feature because we have to make inference from a model, and the model we are using is very big. So currently it is not included, but going forward it will be taken into consideration.
Okay, so I'm also Antoinette from Team Yada, and then in accordance to your question, we have a feature where the speech can be translated into text though, but then transcribed back into an audio. Now you're going to have your original voice and then the translated one, which is with a Ghanaian AI that more has a local accent. So with this, you can play your original voice to the woman. Probably she didn't get it clearly, which is the market woman with the example you cited. And then when you play the voice generated by the AI using the ASR, it's going to give out what she said in an audible or a voiceover from a Ghanaian AI back to you so that you would play it to the woman and then she could hear it clearly. Probably there are one or two glitches, but then that voiceover that we are providing is going to be clear enough for her to get it. And then in accordance to our brother's question as well, who deals with the noise, with our third feature, that is the video voiceover. This is where you upload the video, as in take a video anywhere, whatever, you can do it. But then when you upload it into the system and then it is processed, it comes out with that generated voice that we said from the Ghanaian AI. So there's not going to be the noises or the distraction, but then we are going to see you on the screen. Whatever action you did, whatever you said, it is going to come together with the audio at the same pace. So it will be less noise, an amplified voice, and then much clearer so that you can be heard and understood clearly. Thank you.
All right. So I'll take it. For example, how we are dealing with is we are also doing speech to text. But I am from Cape Coast and I moved to Somenya. The market women speak their local dialect. So what we went ahead to do is that then you can also translate to another voice and then play for the market human. So it's like you are translating from your native voice to another language and give them the voice access to. So that's the step we also took in addressing that.
Thank you very much for all your questions. And for the purpose of education, a bit of a background, we've been using the word ASR, automatic speech recognition. If you are seated here, you are using an Android handset, and for one reason or the other, you have asked a question to your phone, okay Google, at one point in time, and it has been responsive, then it has clearly comprehended your instruction. It could even transcribe it for you to see clearly what you asked and display it for you to see. We are trying to bridge the digital divide, and that is what we have set course to do in the Department of Computer Science, and of course with the support from all our partners. Now, somebody made a comment that the constraint behind their inability to package it into a handset, however, it is a long-term plan, is simply because every one of us who would pick any of these devices to make a request, what we refer to as a model, is sitting on a very huge computer with huge resources. Everything about it is largely huge. We literally call them data farms. So you are leveraging some computer graphics, you are using some RAM, among other things, and CPU. Packaging that into a small phone with just about 8 gig RAM and less GPU, it is quite a challenge. Nonetheless, it is not far-fetched. And so just to, as baby steps, quite frankly, these guys have done an amazing job, and I'm speaking for the context of a mentor, because some of them had never even come across what we refer to as automatic speech recognition before. The mentors did a wonderful job guiding them through, and they stepping up their game to be here today to know what it is all about. And so, yes, in the long term, the goal is to have this thing possibly offline. There are several technologies that we are going to look at, but in the beginning, we are trying to make sure that at least when you express yourself in a can, and in this case, for our speech impaired persons, yes, you might have struggled to hear them, but this model is able to retrieve what they have said, clean it up, and then present it in the clearer form, the most clearest form that you want to hear, of course, in the same account. And that is the goal we are trying to achieve. And these guys have done a wonderful job. The technical glitch, unfortunately, didn't help much of what they've done. It would have been so lovely to see they, making the utterances and then seeing how the models were delivering on them and showing it. If you have engaged with them like some of us have, you would see that they've really done a yeoman's job. I think they deserve another round of applause. Yes, Prof wants to make a comment. The judge, please, let's hear him and then we move on.
One last question. How diversified is your team? I mean, how many of you has a marketing person in your team? Your marketing? Okay, wait. Yeah, diversity, how many disciplines? 3 disciplines. Okay. Because usually, I've been working with a team of young developers. And usually what happens is that you have a bunch of, computer science students who do not have the eye for the market, Obviously, I'm telling them what the customer wants. And they're saying, oh, Prof, no, this is how we have to do it, or this is how it's done. Always have a marketer in your team. They can see the market. They can see the opportunity so that you can scale. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prof. We really appreciate this. We really appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a short cultural performance while the judges put together their figures, and then the presentation will follow suit immediately. But let me indulge you to acknowledge Mr. Mohammed Abeid Azam from UNICEF, in charge of entrepreneurship, innovation, and digital public goods specialist. Sir, thank you so much for your show of support. We are grateful for your time. I think our contestants will take a round of applause as they take their seats. And we invite the cultural troupe to take the stage and give us a brief performance. And immediately afterwards, there will be the presentation of the awards. We are soon coming to an end. We are actually ahead of our schedule, so please, we crave on your indulgence to stick and stay. I want you to see that the decision hasn't been arrived yet. It hasn't been an easy decision for our judges, I can assure you. It looks like everyone has made a very pretty good impression, but we can only have a first, a second, and a third. So they are still joy-joying over it, and very soon you see inscriptions on this awesome packages that have been issued out there. The winner takes home $2,500. The runners-up will go with $1,500, and then the last will go with $1,000. But we all know that we have received a wonderful gift from the government on behalf of the Ministry of Communication, and that is 20,000 cedis. So whether you are fourth or fifth, you still will not go empty-handed. As a matter of fact, I believe you have had a wonderful time spending some time in-house, eating to your fill, sleeping marvelously, among other things. Yeah, it's all well and good. The experience has been marvelous. And so very soon they are going to join us, and we'll present the awards accordingly. I'll crave the indulgence of some of our dignitaries here who have not made any show on stage yet to prepare themselves. A rep from Project Euphonia will be here. A speech therapist will be here, and of course all our judges will also help reward the final team. Whilst we wait for them, let me also point out that it is for the very first time in this auditorium we have amassed as many LEDs as you see today. It's rather unfortunate some certain constraints are beyond our control. We are computer scientists, not electricians, right? And so unfortunately that is how come our main display has turned down. But we still hope that those of you who came in early have still yet seen a spectacle for yourselves. I think the organizers deserve a round of applause for this effort made. They've proven what is possible in this, our honorable great hall. A lot more can be done in here, and hopefully this maiden edition will see another edition in a few months or probably a few years from now. Whilst we still wait for our judges to come through with their results, I guess I would open the floor for any of our audience here to share their experiences. I know I have lots of students here from across all levels and from various places. Some faces I didn't even know they were here, but they are here, not necessarily students. What has been your experience so far? How has it been for you, especially the young folks? I think someone shared his experience with me briefly before I got here. He was part of the top 16, but they couldn't make it the top 5. He says he's in level 300. I don't know whether he's in my department or somewhere else, but he recognized me from the mentorship session. But he's more excited and elated because at this point of his career, of his study, he believes initially he conceived just designing maybe a website of some sort for final year project work. But having partaken in this event right from April 1 to be part of the top 16, he has had a whole completely different mindset about what is possible as far as final year project is concerned. Now he knows that he can do more with AI, try to improve speech, improving models and stuff like that. And then, piece it all up together in an application to solve societal problems and help bridge the gap. Yes. And again, the organizers deserve another round of applause because everyone who entered this room is wearing something like I have right now. That should tell you how much money has gone in there. So I think they deserve another round of applause. At the end of the day, whilst you network and engage with other people, you notice that there are other things that have been set up out there. The plan was 1,000 participants inclusive. And so that is a lot of commitment. A lot of plan has gone into this. A lot of sacrifices have gone into this. Again, let's give them a round of applause. Please don't get tired of appreciating these efforts. Yes, it's a great feat in this our space. So anyone who wants to share some experiences with us, if you want to also ask questions from any of these our partners, GDI representations are here. Yeah, Catherine is here. You want to ask questions? You want to say something? Please, come on. Please, let's give a round of applause. They will introduce themselves again before they present their presentation.
Hey everyone. I did not prepare anything, but I want to speak to all the participants of the hackathon. I'm not quite sure where you are, but it's been such a pleasure to work with you. Here you are. Woohoo! Yeah, it's been such a pleasure to get to know you, work with you, see you going through these 3 days. I mean, the weeks before, but especially those 3 days, you know, where all the things we went through, all the experiences. I know where you were at the beginning, and just seeing how you develop step by step, taking feedback. I really enjoyed the feedback session, seeing how you listened to the people you worked with, took their advice, you know, and how that changed your app. And I think this process of interactive development with the people that you're building for is so important. And you know, whatever comes out with the judging, I actually hope you continue your journey in this direction, because all these 5 apps that we saw are so amazing, and there's so much potential in each of them. So I would really hope you continue that story. Reach out to us. We're here and happy to help you go further into that. I know there were a bunch of, you know, things you could do. We talked about them. So please continue that story. Reach out. Yeah, good luck.
I am also one of the mentors. I'm a speech therapist, and I was absolutely delighted with your ideas. And I want to say thank you. Thank you for bringing people with speech difference into all of your groups. I just want to say that I think you are some of the brightest people I've met, and Ghana should be proud of you all. Well done, you. The other thing I would say is this is just the beginning. You've done tremendous work, but let's get busy and make change to the world. And your stuff can do it, but it's just beginning. Catherine said, reach out, take her at her word. Do the reaching out and let's see what happens. Let's make this world a better place. Thank you for all of your amazing work.
Hello, everyone. To the various teams represented here and the ones that dropped off along the way, I just want to tell you that for taking part in this competition, I know that you're brave and you're going out there to be game changers when it comes to disability. For the teams that I met yesterday, I've seen the transformation over the weeks. And beyond this hackathon, I think I spoke to you about not abandoning your project or your innovations or your inventions, because the community that you are building for has been neglected for so long a time. I think Ajwa spoke about that. And what you're doing is that you are giving people a voice. Everyone wants to be able to communicate. The first thing we want to do is to always use our voice. And so what you're doing is giving people a voice, making them heard, making them included. And so I would encourage you that as you go out there, continue to build and have persons with disability in mind. And that also means that right from the onset, you need to include them in creating these applications. So we talked about co-design and co-creation, and that should always be one of the bases of your innovations. Thank you so much. Congratulations to all of you. You're all so amazing. You're so smart. I spoke to many of you yesterday. You have so much in you, and we can't wait to see what the world, what you have to present to the world going forward. Thank you.
Yes. Obiniyem. Yes. The hour has come. Ladies and gentlemen, whatever made us converge here today, whatever has caused you and I to wait this past few hours is here with us. Okay, give me a second. It was come. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, with a round of applause, let's welcome on stage all 5 teams. They will come and stand to my left here in order. To my left, nobody stands by my left, right, or left, far left. Yes, oh, give them a round of applause as they keep coming. Oh, smile, smile, smile. I know it's been a long day. It's been a long week. Yes, the judges have spoken. Eventually. We had a unique conclave to come to terms with who was going to be first, second, and third. Again, yeah, you stay over there. Don't come close to me. We'll invite a few personnel to come up front. I'll call their names at each point in time to make the presentation. Now, as part of the prize money, each team is also going to get some souvenirs as well. They thought probably they had received every possible souvenir, but there is more goodies in stock. We did everything possible to make sure that this was a hackathon of uniqueness, something really special. Their effort was going to indeed pay off. It's not just knowledge and experience, but exposure and also a lot of reward. So I know you have been waiting for this moment. Yes, I know. We are going to do due diligence to that. But for the third position, I will invite Ms. Gifty, the speech therapist, to join me upstage here. Please give her a round of applause. Ms. Gifty Ayoka, the speech and language therapist and assistant lecturer at UHAS. And she is going to present the award to the third team. I don't even know what team it is. Okay.
Okay, so for the third place, it's going to Team Twilight.
Please give them a round of applause. They've done marvelously well. Can you bring their souvenirs, please, ushers? Please come and give it to each of the team members. The winning team. One after the other. No. Congratulations. Oh, it's your reward, please. It's your property. Carry it with you. Yes, yes. Please give them a round of applause. Again, I'm reminding you that aside from this cash prize, they are still entitled to a fair cut of the 20,000 Ghana cedis that has been given. So, just so they know. And so, just to give you a background of this team that just chalked the third position, they are all from University of Ghana. Yes. And they comprise, another unique thing about them is that they comprise students from different disciplines in University of Ghana. So I know there is an occupational therapy student amongst them. There are information technology students amongst them. So they are quite diverse. Please give them a round of applause. The second team, the second runner-up. Who would it be? I don't know. Those of you here, you also saw it, right? Yeah. To do us the honors of this presentation, we will invite. Do you want to know who the person is? Yes. I'm not sure I saw the name well. A moment. I see. I can put face to the team name right now. Who is winning? Are you winning? Are you winning? Are you winning? Wow. I see. Our judges have decided. And so we invite onto the podium Richard to come and present the award.
It's an amazing team. I'm so proud. I'm so proud to give this award to Team. Let me check. Whisper Wave, come on.
Please give it up for them. Give it up for them. The winning team, the honors will be done to us by our head of department, Professor Ebenezer Owusu, Professor in Artificial Intelligence and the head of the Computer Science Department. The moment they leave the stage, the winning team will probably take a picture with the judges. Please give them a round of applause. Now, there is something unique about this team. We have captioned them industry. They comprise past students from University of Ghana, Kenya UST, who have met during an industry work. I think they work in the same space. They saw this competition advertised and decided, why not? Let's put our heads together. And they have come second. Please give them a round of applause again. So for this final award, as I indicated, our Professor of Artificial Intelligence, Professor Ebenezer Owusu, is going to join us up front. And he will be supported by Catherine from Euphonia. Catherine, you will come up again. You do us this honors with our HOD. And this is especially because of the winning team. I don't know what team it is. And we have 3 teams on stage. Wow.
Mount the podium together?
Yes.
I'll stay on the
Yes, let it. Oh, okay.
You sing it.
This is the grand finale. And what is presented to us here, very interesting, $2,500 to the winning team. And how many are left behind? 3. Without wasting time,
It's going to Casa Noma. Congratulations!
shake their hands. So please present it to them and shake their hands. Let them present it to you and then shake. Please give them a round of applause. They've done really, really well. Team Kasanoma comprises students from UESD in Sumenya. Is it in Sumenya? I believe so, right? Right. Please give them a round of applause. I think they were the underdogs. Yeah, they've done really, really well. They are going home with a cash prize of $2,500. Some souvenirs, and they are going to share the spoils for the 20,000 Ghana cedis gift we have received for the Minister from Communication. Thank you very much, our presenters. Please come and give the souvenirs to the rest of the team, every one of them. Please make sure you pick your souvenirs. Yes. And once you receive it, you can take your seat. Again, they are from University of Renewable. What's the school again? Environment and Sustainable Development. University of Environment and Sustainable Development. Once again, let's give a round of applause. The winning team. Please, you can take your seat if you have received your hampers. We are very grateful to our proud sponsors and partners, all whose names have been highlighted. Of course, the proud host, University of Ghana, the DCS, HCI Lab, and the Department of Computer Science for making this possible. Project Euphonia 80-2030, UKAID, UCL, and JDI Hub. Ladies and gentlemen, we are very grateful for your time. I want you to give yourself also a big round of applause for sticking and staying through with us up to this very point. And so, all too soon, we have come to the end of the event. And we are grateful to our judges for their industrious work. I know it was more difficult than the election of a new pope. Yes, indeed. But eventually, we didn't need a runoff. We still had our top 3 finalists. And so, to do us the honors, this position originally was supposed to be for our provisy, and so I would crave on the indulgence of my head of department once more, Professor Ebenezer Owusu, as he's also part of management, to come and give us the closing remarks of this event. Please, let's give him a round of applause as he takes over the stage again.
Well, it has been a long journey, and finally we have come to the end of the program. We thank every participant for this particular hackathon. You have all done well. There's going to be another opportunity, and we hope you will stage your best. And then to our founders, University College, London, we thank you so much. You have flown all the way from the UK to here to participate in this particular program. And we are aware how much money you have spent on this activity. We hope that something good will come out of it. University of Ghana, Department of Computer Science, through the PI, Professor Isaac Wiafe, and the team, we thank you so much for making us proud. God bless you all. Bye.
Yes, so as it has been a great tradition of the house, events in this August space is climaxed with the university anthem. I don't know if the media team is ready to play it for us. I'll crave on your indulgence, everyone here. We stand up to our feet and then we sing the university anthem. If you don't know how to sing it, you can listen to the words in there. They will play the audio. Please remember, when we exit from here, you can either use the west or east wing, and make sure you grab something before you take leave of us. We are grateful for your time. Make sure you network. You know, if we have a backdrop out there, you can also take some pictures. Hashtag Tɛkyerɛma Hackathon 2025. You know, let it trend, you know, and tag everybody you have met. We have a lot of dignitaries who have joined us here today. Make sure you tag along to somebody. Yeah, I saw our chief IT person at ITD here, Mr. Boache. Thank you so much for taking the time. Yes, we made some last minute requests, but the outfit did marvelously well by meeting us halfway. All right, so if we are ready with the anthem, kindly proceed to play it for us. Thank you very much. Give yourself once again a round of applause. Shake somebody's hands and say something nice to them. On my own behalf and behalf of the entire team, thank you very much for your participation once again, and have a great rest of your weekend. All faculty should please move towards my left. All faculty should please move towards my left, the exit, towards the exit on my left. All faculty in attendance, please move towards the west exit of the hall. Please, all faculty, please make your way towards my left. It will be to your right. All faculty should please make their way to the left of the auditorium exit. The teams that won the prizes, can we have you come so that you stand together with your prizes and we take a picture, please? Casanoma, Whisper Wave. Please mobilize yourselves and come and stand here so that we can take pictures together. Kathy, can you join us with the winning teams? Yes, we want you to take a picture with the winning teams. Please hurry up. Can we do this quickly? Come, sir. Are you coming? Please, you guys should come and let's take the picture. Come quickly. Come, let's do this quickly. If you are judge and you are still here, please join us, take this photograph. Make sure your reward is seen in the cameras.